All of the skills that I show you over here is not the typical 9 to 5, but it's still work. You still working. It's just a different type of job. Huh? It's a job where you're gonna have to make sure that you can get up and move around on your own without having somebody tell you to, or if you running late, you're gonna get rolled up. See, all that stuff gonna be over for you. Huh? And a lot of people can't handle that type of newfound freedom. Mess around here and be sleeping in their car until the repo man come and get it because they can't pay the car note. So you got to make sure that you got that get up and go gusto in order to even do this in the first place. Have you come up with a strategy in order to leave your 9 to 5? So this video, we're going to discuss about making sure that we're ready to do just that. Okay, now I know you guys have been seeing a lot of people give you instructions and things on what they think that you should do before you leave your job. If you want to venture out and you have some entrepreneur things that you want to do, you have some passions that you want to chase, and they have all of these different strategies and things that they think that you should do. Okay, I understand that perfectly, but a lot of those strategies are not for everybody. And I know you guys have heard some, huh? So make sure you have $10,000 saved, $25,000 invested. Who they talking to? They ain't talking to me. They talking to you. No. So this video right here, we're going to get to the real for those of us who are on the lower level and are trying to make a change in our lives as well, because we deserve a change just like the rich man, just like the real off person who decide they want to venture into something new. We need it and we deserve too, right? Okay, so let's talk about it. So the first thing I want to tell you guys is go ahead and get this party popping. If you have a job, keep it. Okay, and I know that sounds kind of cruel. You're like, wait a minute, that ain't what we're trying to do. Yeah, it is. See, from the beginning, you want to keep your job. You want to make sure that you keep your job. Even if you hate it, start putting a smile on your face when you get up in the morning, okay? When you get up in the morning, all of that, oh, I don't want to go. I'm thinking about it the night before. I'm all reaping and grinding. Oh, my God, tomorrow is work day, blah, blah, blah. When you wake up in the morning, you need to say, today is going to be a good day. You need to change the trajectory of your day. And that's exactly what you need to do. And yes, it is possible, because in the back of your mind, you're going to know that regardless of what happens today, you are on your way starting now to changing your future. And it will not include that job. Okay. Now, while you have the job, the next thing you need to do is get you some skills. Okay. Do you have any skills? What are you planning on doing if you leave your 9 to 5? You're going to need to have some skills. So make sure that you have something lined up. What have you been working on? What type of job have you been doing that you have decided that you really like? See, don't hate your job so much until you're ready to leave it and leap into something else that you're going to hate as well. Then you really in the same situation that you were in. So don't do that. Make sure that you find something that you want to do that you're going to love doing, okay? Or at least something that changes the way you think about getting up every day. You see what I'm saying? You got a passion, something that you're dreaming on. Start working on it. Whatever you need to do, but start producing something and come up with something that's going to actually take the place of that 9 to 5 job, okay? Now, the next thing you need to do is, once you've gotten you some skills, you took you some classes and some courses and passed you a few tests, put those skills to the test. Does those skills produce income? Can you make money off of these skills? How much income are you bringing in off of these skills? Now, I'm not saying quit your job, okay? That is not what I said. I have to keep repeating it because some people, no. You are going to put your skills to the test while you work your job, okay? So now I guess you could say you have 2 jobs, okay? Put your skills to the test. See how much money you can make off of your newfound energy, okay? Do it on the weekends if you need to, on your time off. Do it after work. Do it on the weekend. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do it, just see how much money you can make off of your skill, okay? So now after you realize that you can possibly make money from it, will the money from your skill replace the money that you make at work? Because remember now, we're not trying to make less. We are already, well, some of us are already damn near check. Okay? You can say you're not check to check all day long, but if you don't have a substantial amount of savings, no matter how you look at it, if you lose your job, you check to check. If you go to work every day and for some reason you take sick and you off 3 days and you don't have no sick time and your check gonna be looking shysty and have you looking long faced on next pay period, you already checked the check. Okay, so let's just talk about it and be real on what it is. So will your skills produce enough money to carry you the same way, if not more, than the job that you have, which is your 9 to 5? Okay, so now once you have debated, you found your skills, you have decided what you're going to do your training on, you have now started to make some money off of it, not just a little and say, oh, it's a possibility. You need to know that you know, okay? Because this game is real. There's nothing about this. This is not for the weak at heart, okay? Make sure that you know that you know that you can make money off of this. Okay, I don't even know how many times I can say it. I know y'all probably saying this lady went crazy right off this one. Yes, make sure that you know that you know that you can make money off of your skill. And the only way to do that is to have put it to the test. And that means that you're going to have to sacrifice time. Get away from in front of the TV. There ain't no Netflix, okay? No more hanging around. Oh, I'm going with my boo thing. None of that. Boo thing going to have to wait because you got what? Goals. And you got things you're trying to do, okay? So make sure that you are able to make money off of your skill. And now that you know that you can actually make money, now it's time to do what? Yep, you got it. Start saving. Okay? If you don't have a savings, now is the time for you to start putting some money back. Okay? For those rainy days, for when you drop that job. Okay? Because when you start doing freelance work or entrepreneur, whatever you're doing, every check is not going to be the same. Every pay you get is not going to be the same. Matter of fact, it's not even going to be a check, probably. I don't know how it's going to work out for you, depending on what you have chosen. But all I know is that every day is not going to be the same, and every dollar that you make every week is no longer going to be the same. You know, them checks we've talked about, where every week, no matter what, as long as you don't miss a day and as long as you're not a dollar short, your check is the same amount every week. You already know exactly what your check going to be, that cap that your 9 to 5 job have on you. That is no longer going to exist. But you want to make sure that you can at least make way more or at least equal to what you're making now. So that if you were to let your 9 to 5 job go, you can at the same time turn around and take this energy that you was putting in that 9 to 5 and put 100% energy into your skill and start to replicate at least triple, if possible, more than what you were already making on your one regular 9 to 5 job. Because if you can make the same amount of money, and I'm telling you something, I'm telling you now, this is a fact. If you can make the same amount of money working part-time on your skill that you make on your full-time job, then if you were to let that full-time job go, you can make twice as much. Trust and believe that to be so. But now, how much should we save? It's up to you. It's up to you. We are not in that category of saving 10 and 15 and $20,000. Okay, if you wants to save 10 and 15 and $20,000 and put it in an account as for a rainy day for you, either you got it like that, oh, and if you do, kudos to you, or you are one of those who are procrastinating and you are taking it nice and slow because at the end of the day, you are seriously afraid. Okay, and if you are, then this move may not be for you. Okay? I just want everybody to be real with themselves. Okay? Be real with yourself. Think real hard before you make these choices. Okay? Because this is not a game. Because at the end of the day, we all know. I don't know how your family is. I don't know. All I know is that most families, you ain't gonna have nowhere to go. Okay? So make sure you know what you're doing before you make a move. All right? But don't let anything deter you from whatever choices that you're trying to make. Now, bear in mind, now we're not over here just trying to bounce out and decide that we're going to make some sort of magical pillow or something that's going to put people to sleep as soon as they put their earlobe to it and all of these different things. This is not what we're even doing over here. Over here, we're actually doing work. We're working. We're just not working the typical 9 to 5, right? All of the skills that I show you over here is not the typical 9 to 5, but it's still work. You're still working. It's just a different type of job. Huh? It's a job where you're gonna have to make sure that you can get up and move around on your own without having somebody tell you to, or if you running late, you're gonna get rolled up. See, all that stuff gonna be over for you. Huh? And a lot of people can't handle that type of newfound freedom. Mess around here and be sleeping in their car until the repo man come and get it because they can't pay the car note. So you got to make sure that you got that get up and go gusto in order to even do this in the first place. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Make sure you save you some money, okay? Now, as far as how much, because that always rings in everybody's ear, and they always have that question: how much money should I save if I decide that I want to cut loose? Well, let me tell you what you should do. Sometimes it's hard to save, okay? Now listen, bear in mind now, once again, what I'm about to say is not for everyone. So don't take it and run with it like I'm just straight talking to you if you know that you do not have that get up and go. If you know you do not have that gusto to get up and make things happen for yourself without somebody having to tell you, if you can't just get up every day and be like, oh, what I got to do today? It's money to be made. If you're not that person, and you want to and you know that you're subject to lag around and let somebody push you and say, come on now, what you doing? This ain't for you, okay? But if you are check to check, or if you have a cap so tight on your head until every month you can only save but a few $100s, it'll take you forever and a day to get money saved to cut a job loose and move to your next adventure. And that is a fact. So what do you do instead, you say? Well, I'm going to tell you. And this is what I do. And you don't have to. You can take it with a grain of salt. But I'm just going to tell you how I do things. I write down every bill that I have. Every bill that I have. I write down how much I have to pay each month for those bills. I write down everything else that I do. How much groceries do I normally buy? How much feminine products do I normally buy? How many things do I know I buy during the month that I absolutely cannot do without? Because remember now, we are now about to be sacrificing a lot of different things, at least in the beginning. But you do want to know what it takes for you to survive each month. Write it down. Make sure you have it all on pen and paper. Calculate that stuff together. Okay? Every single dime. Now you know how much money you are putting out each month. Don't forget nothing. Don't leave nothing out. Don't forget about those auto pays, like your renter's insurance, your house insurance, your car insurance, your insurance for your health, all of these things. Make sure that you are calculating all of those things. Don't leave nothing out. Something that you found important to you, Hulu, Amazon Prime, whatever. You don't want to let it go, you better calculate it. Make sure that you have everything written down so you know exactly where all of your money go and how much it costs. Now you want to see, even with you keeping your full-time job, while you work your side skills and those things that you are planning to replace your job with, you want to make sure that you can make enough money on those things to replace your job and what your job do for you for as far as your bills are concerned. Okay? That means that when you start the next month, you want to make sure that whatever you're doing, that at the end of the month, you calculate how much you made off of your side hustle or off of your new skill that you're going to have to replace your job. And if it is more than enough money to have paid for everything that you pay for each month, now you know you own something, okay? So now, since we know that money can go up and down when we're doing things freelancing, you want to make sure that you can at least handle it at least 2 or 3 months, okay? So what you're going to do is the next month, you're going to do it again. But this time, if you want to go harder, go harder. Because let me tell you something. As soon as you realize that your skills can actually replace your job, It's gonna get you so excited until you're gonna automatically go harder anyway. You're gonna be like, oh snap, I got this. You're gonna go harder anyway. So once you realize that it's doing it, do that. Do what you know. You know what I'm saying? Do it. Go hard. See how much you can make the next month. Okay? And when that next month hit, even if it's not way over, but it's just a little bit over, but you know you still made those bills, then you do it again on the third month. You give yourself at least 3 months and you do it again. And you make sure that you are able to pay every bill, get all your food, get your tissue, get your wipes, get all of your paper towels, put your gas in your car. Don't leave nothing out. Make sure you're able to do it. Okay? And by the end of that third month, and you've made just as much, if not more, than your full-time job on your side gig, then guess what? You ready. But guess what else? Because you went 3 months and you pushed it on your side gig, you've actually been able to save a full 3 months worth of income from your job. Shut your mouth. You didn't even realize you was doing that, did you? So now you ready, okay? But until then, y'all, don't stress yourself over 6 and 8 months, okay? Because remember now, this over here, what we doing over here is not entrepreneur. Now, let me tell you something. If you are in fact attempting to do something that you call passive income, or something that you decide you're gonna try to sell you some candles or something, and you don't know how much you're gonna sell from month to month, then maybe you need to be trying to save you about 6, 7, 10 grand. Okay? But if you are switching from one job to another, that's all we doing over here. It's just going from a traditional job to working for yourself. Okay? And as long as you got that get up and go, as I said before, you can most definitely do this without saving 7 and 8 months worth of income. You can do it most definitely. All you got to do is make sure that you test it out and see will it suffice and carry your load for a couple of months. If you see that it'll do it, then you've already been saving at the same time, and then go for what you know. Okay? Just decided I would share with you guys exactly how I do things, because I already know. Don't nobody got to tell me to get up, okay? I get up every morning the same time, whether I'm working or not. I wake up even on the weekends, 5:30, 4:45. I be up. I be up so early. I just go ahead and crank my treadmill up in the dark, turn on some video or something on TV, down low, and get to moving, okay? I'm always up because my mind is always rolling and there's always something else that I got to do. Yeah, I sure do. And you know why? Because I love life and I don't have no time to waste. One life, you got one, make the best of it. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. You know I'll be bringing you something back later. Thank you so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your day.